The subject of political polarization is a mainstay on my daily radio program on SiriusXM and my weekly program on CNN. But I don't just bemoan the fact that we have become so divided along partisan lines. I'm doing something about it. And the thing that I've done about it, that I offer to you free of charge, is my daily newsletter. I am so proud of my daily newsletter that emanates from Smerconish.com. It seems like everybody and every outlet has now created a daily newsletter. Let me tell you what's different about mine. The mainstay of my daily newsletter are 20 aggregated links that I hand select because I am constantly reading in preparation for my programs. And on a daily basis by 7:30 a.m., as I like to say, Philly time, if you simply register for the newsletter, you will have in your in-bin what I see as the critical things you need to be aware of to start your day. A lot of them are behind paywalls, and I can't control that. But the comment that I most hear from people is the comment that they love getting it on their smartphone because they simply scroll through the hand-selected links that I have offered for them. And they have a good handle on their way out the door as they're beginning their day of what's going on in the world. And offered with disparate origins of sources. That sounds like a word salad, meaning there are a lot of different outlets that I've combed through so you don't have to, and ideological balance. Now, on any one day, you may look at my newsletter and think, wow, this leans left or this leans right. But over the span of a couple of days, I think you'll see what I try to achieve, which is balance of perspective. I'm recording this on January the 6th, the one-year anniversary of the January 6th. So let me use today as an illustration and just describe some of what I selected. I lead the newsletter today with a Jimmy Carter op-ed from the New York Times. He's fearful of the future of democracy. Right next to it, on the newsletter, the lead editorial of the Wall Street Journal, democracy isn't dying. I mean, there it is in a nutshell, how I'm giving you both sides so that you can easily gain access to all perspectives. Again, the objective here is to change the channel and drag people out of their media silos so that it's not a Slate Salon or Breitbart Drudge only view of the world. Other links that I picked today. PolitiFact with a look back at the January 6th Capitol attack. Like, what are the falsehoods and what's the truth? From Axios, a very interesting story about how Mike Pence's team is now assisting with the Select Committee investigation. From The Guardian, a great essay by Stephen Marsh about how the next U.S. Civil War is already here. And again, on that same theme, David Remnick from The New Yorker. Karl Rove, writing for the Wall Street Journal, his reflections on the events of a year ago. Jonathan Karl from ABC. A story from The Hill, Donald Trump election claims still looming over the GOP 1 year later, and an update about the Chicago teacher standoff relative to COVID. What's the source? I like to go local. It's the Chicago Tribune. I draw on NPR's coverage of Merrick Garland's speech, the LA Times with a great summary of January 6th by the numbers, a Politico story about how many who stormed the Capitol are now running for office, CNN talking about what's going on in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, a great story about, from Australia, mind you, about Novak, oh boy, I'm going to screw up his name. How about this? The tennis star, okay? And how his vaccination status is now problematic, and a lot of other things. I mean, I'm only halfway through the links that I've hand selected, but hopefully you get the point, okay? I'm seeking to provide you balance. Please subscribe to my newsletter and share it with a friend. Say to a friend who you're trying to drag out of a media silo, subscribe to the Smerconish.com daily newsletter because it'll open you up to a variety of perspectives. Thanks and Happy New Year.